enemy rain, which had put an end to the first test, prevented a start to the second one as well. The pitch, of course, was completely covered, but it was a sad sight at Lord's to see the covers on, especially on a great occasion like this, and in Lord's 150th centenary year. And the first over, from Freddy Truman, rather out of form and much criticized in the press, to Laurie, and the first ball goes skidding down the leg side as Parks dives for it for 4 byes. Freddy Truman anxious to do well in this crucial test match in his career. Laurie moved across too far, left his leg stump unguarded, and Australia are 8 for 1 wicket with Laurie out for 4. And probably remembering O'Neill's liking for the hook shot, he drops one a little bit short, and the crowd applaud as O'Neill is caught by Titmus halfway to the long leg boundary for 26. And Australia are 46 for 2. Now what's this ball from Dexter to Burge? An appeal, up goes Parks' hands, and Burge is out. LBW for 1. Australia are 58 for 3, and Ted Dexter's now taken 2 wickets for 11. Not bad for a change bowler. Out goes Burge, batted a quarter of an hour for 1 run. Here's Truman to bowl to him. And he comes right back at him with a beautiful 4 through the covers. This brings boos down this end, and success for England. Playing across that one, trying to turn it to leg. He's LBW. And Australia are 84 for 4. Watch Parfitt in the right of the picture. A brilliant diving catch at short leg. A really wonderful catch. And Redpath is out for 30. Australia are 84 for 5. And here comes Redpath. He batted 128 minutes. And he hit 3 fours. And now Australia, with 5 wickets down for 84, are really in trouble. Simpson's been in half an hour now, and he's going to be out. Watch Parfitt. Another beautiful catch in the gully. Taken off the meat of the bat. Ball flying like lightning. Simpson is out for a duck, and Australia are 88 for 6 and in real trouble. Just watch this shot. And the ball went right out of the ground, off that roof, and then hit a passer-by and broke his spectacles, poor chap. 6 runs to McKenzie. Just round the wicket, you notice. That's going to take a bit of chasing by Colin Couch. He won't get there in time. It's 4 to Beavers. That means Beavers has the bowling and has Coldwell to it. Good square cut. That'll beat Edrich round the boundary and go for 4. Now Coldwell's taken off. Truman is back, and it's a good bowling change. Because McKenzie is bowled for 10. He's done his job. Put on quite a number of runs with Beavers, and he batted nearly an hour. Australia 132 for 7, and the time 3:45. And Truman learns that, as well as O'Neill, Grout can also hook. And he gets another 4 down to the man stand, and the 150 goes out. But now watch Dexter, the top of the picture at mid-off, running to his left and almost colliding with Edrich, but he takes the catch. So Grout is out. A splendid catch by Dexter. And Edrich says, "I'm sorry I got in your way." They're around that time, and here's Gifford's big moment as Beavers sweeps. The ball bowls him round his legs, and he's out for 54. Innings. But now what's this one? There's calling out, bowled leg stump, and Freddy Truman has taken his 5 wickets for 48. A very happy man. He puts his cap on at that rakish angle, his arm round Ted Dexter, and off come the England team with Australia all out for that score on the board of 176, and it's taken them 5 hours to make it. And it's a little bit of a shower before the Australians take the field. In fact, just under 10 minutes was lost. There's Dexter's first ball from McKenzie, and he's turned nicely off his legs for 2 runs. And by the look of it, he's in form straight away. But just watch the next ball from McKenzie to Dexter. A swinging Yorker and Dexter's out. And that's a vital wicket for Australia and a terrible blow for England. Hawk to Cowdrey. He slashes. Booth takes the catch and throws it up. A beautiful effort, rather like Parfitt's in the Australian innings. And England are 33 for 2, still 143 behind. And watch this one come back off the pitch to Barrington. Yes, and it traps him LBW. Grout hardly needed to put up his arm in the air. That was definitely out. Barrington LBW for 5, and England in real trouble now at 42 for 3. McKenzie to Edrich. A very nice cover drive. Edrich is playing many more shots this year than he did last. And now calling to Parfitt again. And it's another wicket. LBW. Parfitt out for 20. 20 minutes before lunch. And England are 83 for 4. But watch the next two balls. Some cheap runs here for England. Thank you very much, says Sharp. Through the offside field. And the 100's up. Not before time. And 4 more to Sharp. You can't believe his good fortune. And Simpson looks very fed up. And here's another wicket. Yes, this time Grout's appeal is successful. Sharp is LBW, and England are 138 for 5. 38 runs behind, 5 wickets to 4. And Simpson to Edrich, and that's 6 runs into the bandstand. That'll wake the spectators up. A lovely soaring shot. And the 150 goes up on the board. Now it's Hawk to Edrich, and 4 more runs. Very nice off drive. And this next ball, just watch Bobby Simpson at first slip. The ball skied up in the air. Simpson's racing Grout for it, and Simpson gets there first and brings off a remarkable catch to get rid of Parks for 12. And England are 170 for 6. Hawk bowls to him again. He square cuts, and that's his 100. His first Test century, and he joins a select band of 12 players who've made 100 on their first Test for England against Australia. Well done, Edrich. And as the crowd watches, you watch Redpath at second slip. At the second attempt, he takes the catch. And Edrich's innings of 5 1/4 hours comes to an end. And are the Australians glad? And calling to Truman. And what's this one? That's a 6, all right over the leg boundary. And in fact, it was caught by one of those spectators. Perhaps the Australians could have done with him. Calling again. But this time, Truman's not so lucky. You can't blame it on the bat. He's out for 8. England are 235 for 9. And surely the innings won't last much longer. Calling to Curdwell. And that's 4. With a cross bat, but still, it gives him his highest score of the season, 6. Watch Hawk to the right of the picture. He takes the catch safely and easily, and England are all out for 246. Here's Ted Dexter leading the England players out, and the Australians have an awkward 65 minutes batting to survive. One feels that Laurie and Redpath will be rather hard-pressed. There they come. Very important that Australia don't lose a wicket or possibly 2 wickets tonight. Off comes the famous sweater of Freddy Truman. He's going to start operations from what's known as the nursery end. He's got all the shots, this young man, and that's one of them. A lovely square cut, freely and splendidly played. Well timed. Notice how fast it got to the boundary. Gifford pitches in the rough. There's an easy catch to Dexter off bat and pad, and Laurie is out. Australia are 35 for 1. Gifford bowls to him. It's a no ball. It's well called by umpire Buller at the far end, and O'Neill hits it for 4. And the last ball, perhaps Gifford's getting a little help from the pitch now, but not very much. So it's 49 for 1. As the bails come off, Australia are 21 runs behind. It's been an interesting day between 2 well-matched sides. And that's a better one. He bowls him a short one. Watch Parfitt. The ball's up in the air. And Parfitt takes the catch. Well, O'Neill really fell for it. He must be kicking himself as he comes out. 76 for 2, and Australia only 6 runs ahead. And here's Truman to Burge, and a splendid hook for 4. And Colwell to Burge, and where's that gone? That's 6 runs on the leg side, a beautiful stroke, over mid-wicket. Crowd, a slow hand clapping. He gets a bit desperate. He swings. Yes, he's out. A bit late looking at the umpire, but when he did, he found the finger was up. And Australia are 143 for 3, with Redpath, LBW, Bill Titmus for 36. Now watch another good catch by Parfitt. Burge drives. Parfitt takes his 4th catch of the match at silly mid-on. And Burge is out for 59. About England's last chance. If only they could get Simpson out. But he drives straight for 4, a very good belligerent shot in a difficult situation. And 20 minutes after lunch, here is what proves to be the last over of the match. Sadly enough, it's Titmus to Simpson. And the rain starts as he bowls. Simpson defends. The crowd makes for shelter. The umpires confer. And they don't hesitate for very long. The players come off, a steady drizzle begins, which goes on for some hours. And the rain indeed has the last laugh. But what there was of it, and there was 17 minutes less even than in the first test match at Trent Bridge, made an interesting match between 2 well-matched sides. The final score was Australia 176 and 168 for 4, finishing 98 runs ahead, and England 246. There's the score on the board.